And on this episode of Definitely Not Mechanics, I'm going to teach you how to make a very small amount of clout on the internet by just disrespecting other people. I'm just kidding. We're going to put the exhaust on the van today. Come on. Today we're going to finish up the exhaust on the minivan. This is the back section of the pipe. It's got the tailpipe, and this was the factory resonator. This one, if you remember, was 2.25 going in, 2.25 coming out. This pipe goes from a 2.5 and it reduces down to the 2.25, so that's why I ended up running this one on the outside edge just until we get a different muffler that can go in here that's 2.5 in and out, and then we'll cut it out there, reshape that, put the one muffler right there, maybe keep this resonator. I'm not sure. I'm not really sold on the sound yet, but it is compatible 2.5. I think it's a resonator. It looks a little small to be a muffler. I don't know. But the only thing we have left to weld up on this is this little guy right here where it connects back here. I'm going to clean up this edge because this is where our butt joint is, and I want to make sure it's a pretty smooth and straight surface to match up to the other one. And then this one should be solid and done and ready to be put back in. We'll grab the front one out, do the same to it, put it back in, we'll be done. I need a new welding cart. Look at this sad mistake of a situation I've got going on here. I've got a bigger bottle, but it's just easier to lug around the small one. I've got the weights on the bottom because the Hobart's so heavy that it was going to make it flip. But I've definitely wore out everything about that. I've tightened it up twice. It's not helping at this point. You can see the screw holes are pinching almost all the way through now. In my book, if it's not as broke as before, it's considered fixed. And it ain't leaning no more. You know what I'm saying? Before you couldn't push it without it leaning. Now it's, you know, it'll do. Okay, so I've got one more mounting point that I need to take care of. I'm gonna have to manipulate this guy a little bit to do it. Okay, it's a little bit. Now I'm sure you guys did notice in the previous video that my flex pipe has a hole in the bottom. Realistically, I don't want this like intermediate pipe to be welded to my flex pipe, and I'm thinking I might put a cat in it, like a high flow or something, just to get the O2 sensor to go off, or weld in some sort of defouler and a bung or something like that. But I'm going to replace this Y pipe in the near future. I just wanted to make sure all of this stuff was fixed as well, and I'll probably just cut it there and then put the flange that matches this on there, because this is supposed to have a flange right about here, then a cat, then another flange. So what I'll do is just run a flange right there. That way I can pull this pipe out easier and pull this out easier and get a more close to factory fit. Alright, I've got the Y pipe mounted up. Now I've just got to attach the mid here. We're good to go. rubs any worse than it did before. Doesn't sound that bad. Doesn't sound super ricey. It's relatively quiet. Uh-oh, there's a car coming. Actually sounds pretty good. I hate to say it. I hope the sound comes through. I'll roll the windows down. So all in all, the exhaust on the van is a success. It sounds better. It's a little bit louder, which makes me feel a little bit better. This is the longest I've waited to demufflerize a vehicle. It happened though, even though it's a van. The V6 sounds pretty sick. I actually got to take it on the highway last night for a little bit. Drove it for about 2.5 hours straight, and I didn't hate it. I didn't, honestly, you don't notice it when you're at a cruising speed or at a lower RPM. You don't notice a lot of sound at all. And compared to all the other vehicles I've owned, this is probably still the quietest that I've owned. The biggest win here is that there's no longer like this impending doom of eternal naps if I sit at a red light for more than one rotation. And that's tight. I'm glad that I can drive every day with confidence that I'm not going to fucking die. I think everybody should appreciate that. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. You guys know all the stuff. I say it every time though. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already, go ahead and do that. Hit the notification bell. If you want more van content, leave comments below. That's how I know what you guys want. Unless you guys want to send me a dirty message. If that's the case, here's my email. definitely.mechanics@gmail.com. Send me something awful. And to wrap it all up, we appreciate all of your support. Thanks for sharing for everybody that already does. Thanks for buying stuff on the store. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for Bob Saget. RIP, bro.